with my phone telling me that this is not working, but I feel like it is, so I'm going to act like it is. Yeah, we're doing a little close-up this morning. Say hello to the kittens. Hi. This is St. Bernard. So, good morning, everybody. All right, good. I'm glad to see some people chatting. That tells me this probably actually is working, despite the fact that my phone thinks otherwise. So, real quick on the news for these kittens, there is some what's clearly Khaleesi virus that almost all of them have. And they, who knows? They probably got it from their mom. Everyone else here has been vaccinated against it. And it's pretty common for, rescued cats to end up with. So that's why we vaccinate the faculty for it, in fact, because, it's not that uncommon. It's usually not a big deal. And for these kids, it seems like they've got it very mildly. So I'm not at all concerned about it. But today is also their first vet visit where they would get their first vaccine against the Khaleesi virus, which is ironic. And I don't know if that means that they won't get that vaccine because, they've already got the Khaleesi virus and they're maybe the vet would want them to get over that before they start getting their vaccines now. We'll find out. I don't know. But that's where we are. So that's today. We're all still going to the vet. The vet appointment is this afternoon. We'll probably take off, around 2, and then we'll come back after. So that is that's it for health and interest, I guess. Oh, I should also say this is, like I said, this is St. Bernard, who's over here. It happens to be playing with us. He's the only one in the entire group that I haven't seen any signs of the virus in. He seems like his eyes are always clear and his tongue is free and he's gaining weight. And it's interesting. It's interesting how there can just be one guy who just doesn't seem to get it or be affected. But everybody else is showing at least a little bit of symptoms, which some of you might have noticed. Some people call the Khaleesi virus limping kitten syndrome because it can cause a little bit of that, which I think some of you have seen with our tuxies. And then more normally, it causes upper respiratory infections, which as symptoms, like a cold. And we haven't seen very much of that, which is good. Oh, you just jumped at the camera. I bet the regular stream saw that happen. That was very cute. This is Jack, of course. Anyway, I was going to say, normally it causes respiratory symptoms. And aside from a little bit of eye crustiness, we haven't seen any of that. Thank goodness, because that's the worst to have to deal with. And then it also can cause, I think something that's very distinctive is little ulcerations on your tongue, little sores on their tongue. And a couple of them have that. So no big deal, though. They're just about all over it and mostly doing really good. I wish Jack had put on more weight overnight, but we're just going to keep feeding him and make sure he stays nice and fat. He's clearly feeling good. He's active, running around, just try to, attack the camera. So that's the best sign, of course, when they're all running around and playing. They are, that they're doing pretty well. Hi, this is Pug, I'm sure. Hi, Pug. Pug is, of course, he looks very similar to St. Bernard, who we saw just... Hi, he's staring right at me. Of course, they look entirely similar. I haven't found any good way to tell them apart yet, except their weight's a little bit different. Pug's smaller. And then Pug's eyes aren't quite as clear because he's showing a little bit of crustiness, so that's convenient for me. Gives me a way to tell them apart. But... hopefully won't last, nonetheless, and we'll find something else. They are 6 weeks old, so as you know, the 6 weeks old means that's their first vet visit, and also puts them at an age where we might think about collars, although these guys still feel kind of small for that. I don't know. We do need to come up with some way to tell little Pug there from St. Bernard, though. So... I don't know. We'll play it by ear. It doesn't seem like a super priority right now since there's just the two of them that are difficult to tell apart. Not that difficult, really. If you see them together, here they are. You can tell by size. And like I said, you can tell by eyes right now. Hi, buddy. That's clearly St. Bernard. Hi, pal. These kids are just so friendly, and their mom has been teaching them to play, and we need to get them a bigger room, too. 6 weeks is also if they're litter box trained, and I'm happy to say I think they've pretty much got that figured out. It's also when we think about moving them into a bigger room with more toys and things to play on, because by now they're pretty much the master of moving where they want to, even if they don't have the best judgment about where they should be moving and what they ought to be doing. At least things they've kind of gotten the hang of going left when they want to go left, mostly. So that's good. And I'm happy to tell you I've got a new room that we're working on getting ready for these guys that's very big. And in the meantime, I might just give them a second annex. We're using it a lot now for temporary storage of cats that need to be separated. In fact, River's in there right now after a minor incident this morning that was really my fault. But nonetheless, that's River being isolated in there. And I think maybe you can see on the camera here that our little brown kittens are showing an awful lot of gray now. They're looking frosted, or I think what you call a little gray and brown kitten is cinnamon, right? And they're also showing some classic tabby stripes and things. So I think in the end, they're going to be what you would think of as maybe a cinnamon cat, or at least that's what my mom says. I haven't looked into it a whole lot, but I do see, first off, that if you catch them in the right light, you can see that they have classic tabby stripes. And if you keep an eye on them, you'll see that they've been getting more and more gray on them as time goes by. So it'll be real interesting to see how it goes. Their mom, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what colors we're going to end up with here. They're very pretty kittens, though, aren't they? They're learning to climb and stick on things. Hi, are you Velcro? Oh, now he put his, no, not quite. There you go. Okay. Yeah, that's Jack again, of course it is. He's ridiculous. This is then, I think that's St. Bernard on top, and that's Basset on the bottom. They're both brown kittens as well. It's a little hard to tell because we're dealing with very little light inside the shark. Let's see here. Whoop, whoop. Hi. Let's pull you out for a minute, Bass. Bass is, I think he might still be the smallest of the entire group. I'm not sure. We'll have to check the weight chart. But he just eats until he can't eat anymore. Every time he eats, he just eats until his belly is about ready to pop. Look at that belly. That's just from breakfast, which was a little while ago, too. He is working on catching up, and he's working hard on it. So, yeah, as you can see, he's also a brown cat. He's the only one that we've got that's got the white tuxie markings, though, so that makes him extra distinctive. That and the fact that he just likes to eat into like a little balloon belly. Little balloon belly. Yeah, okay. Hi. What are you thinking about, buddy? More food? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Can I eat this? Can I eat that? You need some more room, though. So that's Basset. Oh, hi. Hi, Saint. Hi, Saint, I think. Yes, clearly St. Bernard. Okay. Yes, you're a big boy, too. Wow, let's do a little belly check on you real quick. Well, he's got so much more fur, though. I mean, this is clearly, well, I say clearly. I'm always surprised, but I feel like clearly a long-haired kitty, like his mom. Okay, pal. Whoa, I got you. There you go. Rolled right off into my hand. Yeah. Nice jump. See, this is what I'm talking about. They need a bigger room to run around in. Let's go and see some of the other kittens real quick, since the last close-up we did I had to cut off spontaneously. Unfortunately, tech is not helping me here very much, so I'm just going to keep going and hope for the best. Hang on here. I got to work my way through this door airlock, though. So we're still covering up the door a little bit, and we've still got the gate here to slow Scotty down, because if she sees faculty around her kittens, she goes like full mom mode and attacks them. So that's why I got the little curtain there too. That's why we had the pictures, but I've been trying to get her acclimated to the faculty, and so far, it's not going so well. She's just not interested in being friends with anybody. Now, River here is a different story. Hi, River. River is the mom cat of the older kittens, of course, and she actually does get along pretty well with the faculty, except not Maggie, and it seems like not Ari, but Custard and Logan have both been allowed to wander around her space and her kittens without any concern at all from her. And I'm not sure about Eddie yet because he hasn't really interacted with her, and she did look a little skeptical about him. So I don't know how River chooses which of the faculty are okay and which ones aren't, because I'm not surprised about Maggie. Very few mom cats get along with Maggie for some reason. Probably hate her because she's beautiful. But I am a little surprised about Ari because most mom cats get along pretty well with Ari, I would say. So I didn't expect that, although this morning, if you were watching the regular stream, you saw she did go after Ari, and that's why she's in here by herself right now, because Ari's out there somewhere with her kittens. But she'll get to go back out soon, don't worry. When I get a chance to, put a harness on her or put Ari up or keep an eye on her or all the above or put the faculty away. But what was I going to say? I was going to say something about... No, I know I lost something, but I don't know what it was. That's okay. All right. So she's going to stay in here for just a little bit, but I thought we'd just pop in real quick and say hello. Yeah, she's a real sweetie. She does, like I said, she gets along pretty well with everybody, but it's hard for me to tell who she's not going to like right away. And I do think, like, even with Ari, like, you could get her acclimated to him over time, but she's just automatically not, It's work is my point, whereas with Custard and stuff, we really didn't have to do much. And she's just, Logan was wandering around in her room the other day, and she wasn't doing anything about it or saying anything about it. So that was pretty nice. Now, let's see if we can find all of River's kittens. Lost and found here gets me every time. I know it doesn't look at all like a real cat, but out of the corner of your eye, it absolutely does. Okay. There's Custard, keeping an eye on the kittens. Hi, Custard. And here is one of them. I still can't tell them apart without seeing the collar, but I just saw it's green, so this is Lodge. Hi, Lodge. I gotta set my coffee down. I'm gonna put it right over here. Then I'll never find it again. Hi, Lodge. So this is Lodge. Taking a nap at the top of the Christmas cat tree. And then over here, oh, hi, Custard. You gonna play with some kittens, Custard? I heard that play noise. Whose was that? This is Yurt with the yellow collar running right up to Custard. Oh, Custard really, he wants to play. I hope they can figure it out. Oh, they'd be good, though. He knows how to pull his punches now. He's gotten much better about playing nice in his old age, except with Logan, because they've got old grudges. The Hatfields and the McCoys living under the same roof. But other than that, he's pretty good with everybody, so I'm not too concerned about the kittens. That's Villa there, the girl with the red collar. She's kind of the most playful of the bunch, I would say, sort of the Jack of the group. So I'm not surprised to see her going right up to Custard for some play. And then that makes this girl, Chalet, with the purple collar. Hi, Chalet. Both the girls here very outgoing. And Yurt as well. They've turned into some pretty social kittens. Lodge and Bungalow still kind of wild cards. They were always sort of in the bottom position, I think. And they've come a long way, too. But Bungalow's the one, I like Bungalow. You have to hunt to find a lot of times, too. Chalet the other day. I had to hunt everywhere through the house to find Chalet. I couldn't find her anywhere. Is this her or is this? I can't tell. See, you got to look at the collars. No, that's Villa. That's Chalet. Rubbing up on Custard. So anyway, I had to look everywhere in the house to find Chalet when I was trying to put them up the other day, and I couldn't find her. And I started to actually get pretty nervous because I looked through just everywhere, and I started looking like in the washing machine and stuff, like or the closets, and you're like, where could she be? And it turned out she was sleeping underneath a pillow in DJ's office. And the last time I had trouble finding her, she was sleeping underneath the sheets in the bedroom. So I feel like Chalet's the kind of girl who just likes to sleep like tucked under stuff, and she'll just curl up like her mom does the same thing. River does the same thing, where if she can find a blanket, she'll get under it and then just take a nap for a long time. So that seems like Chalet so far. She's going to be, all these kids are going to be kind of fun as far as like finding them in a house that is not as easy to search as this one. They all kind of like to find their spaces, and then they only come, I think, mostly when they want food. Now, I think they all could be trained very easily to come at a command. I just haven't had the time to do it myself. But they're all smart kittens that are good learners and food motivated. In fact, I think River's already started to get it just a little bit without even any real training. So, I hear it. That's Villa playing with the toy, and then Yurt just came sliding in. Corrine, you said news on Bumble adoption. So no, there's not any news yet on Bumble's adoption. I have seen a slow trickle of applications coming through, but I don't see the contents of them, so I don't even know if they're for Bumble. But the good news is Bumble's pretty easy for us to deal with, and so I'm not like super concerned about getting her out right away. But I do need to start doing close-ups that feature more prominently the Bumble, so let's at least go up and say hello to her. And then we'll wrap this up. I don't even know how long this close-up's been going. Let's go this way, because then we can come right by and say hello to Ari. Oh, did I say your name, buddy? What are you having for lunch? Is it worms? Is it glowing worms? Neon worms? Oh, all the kittens are going to follow us now. They're running all around the house. We got another 2-week stack of Fancy Feast recycling there. I've just been having fun stacking up the empty boxes and waiting for one of the cats or kittens to knock them over. Last time, Ari finally did in the end, knock them down. They're all empty. Anyway, so that's Ari, and that's Eddie. Hi, Eddie. Show everybody your beautiful green eyes, Eddie. Hi. No, see, he never listens to me either. Okay, now let's go upstairs and see if we can find Bumble. Custard's coming up, all right. Oh, you guys will never believe this. I'm sorry, I don't remember now myself. It's been so long. Is there anything? No, there's nothing on it. But this little graduation hat that fits this cat so perfectly was sent to us. One of our viewers made a whole bunch of them for us to use. I don't know if they were intended for photo shoots. I think they were actually maybe intended to go with an old class in some sense, or maybe for photo shoots. It was a very early mailbag. They've been around forever. I happened to see one, and I pulled it out, and I thought, that would fit that cat just fine. And so it does. There's Bumble in the... Yeah, she's usually in the master bedroom. There she is. Hi, Bumby. All right. Jay Donaldson with the Ghostbusters reference. I like it. So this is Bumby. I don't know what to say about Bumby. She's just a sweetheart. She gets along pretty well with anybody that will get along with her. But she doesn't like change. She doesn't like new cats or new things. So she is going to take a little bit of an adjustment period. When she meets new cats, the first thing she does is she goes into her I hate everything mode, where she just starts growling, and then she starts growling at everything. And then if she doesn't get to go be alone in a safe spot for a while, then she escalates. So But if she starts growling and she gets to be alone, then over time she gets to be real good friends with everybody. She gets along good with all the faculty except Maggie, because Maggie's a problem child. But Bumby does just fine with everybody else and all the kittens so far. Also good friends of hers and play with her even. She does run around play, and look at how silky and just that sheen on her fur. She's just way shinier than any other black cat I can think that we've had in a while. Just a great coat. Of course, she eats enough. She's kind of big too. You can see why everybody thought she was pregnant when she came to us, but she wasn't. And like I was saying, she does still need to find the right adopter. And the application is on our website, which is kitten.academy. And if she'd also be a cat, I think she'd do just fine with just about anybody as a solo cat with no other cats around. And she likes to, just sit around most of the time and eat. Sitting and eating are her two favorite things, with a side helping of play and running. But mostly those first things, so... I do think, in a way, that she's almost better off with no other cats around. I think she, like I said, she can make friends, and she does make friends, but she does seem like she's sort of at her best when it's just her and her people, and maybe the TV. Oh yeah, and a full food dish. Here's one of the kittens. That's Villa, of course. Yes, the so-called Jack of her group. You're making some friends. I don't know if you heard that little play noise. That was Villa was making the little play noises that cats make. All right. Well, hey, we should wrap this up. Just remember, this afternoon we're taking the younger kids to the vet, so they won't be on the stream. Of course, we flip things around fairly often, so I guess that's not going to seem too unusual. And... little Bumble here still needs to find the right adopter, as far as I know. Must have some fingerprint or something on the camera lens here. There we go. Oh, here's Custard, so you can see again. Oh, that didn't clean it at all. That's fine. You only see it when the light's shining in there. Hi, Custard Doodle. Custard's been wanting a lot of attention lately, too. These two have been good friends. Now, sometimes they get growly, but it's mostly then about food for them. If they're both fed, then there's no contention between them. But first thing in the morning, or, like 5 in the morning when the cats get hungry, then you start to hear growling, and Custard doesn't know when to stop, so she starts growling, and he just gets in her face. And a lot of times I've had to get up at like 5 and just move Custard out to another room until after breakfast. But aside from a little bit of food, hanger, they do just great together. Okay, so I was wrapping it up. I was saying thank you guys so much for joining me. If you want to keep watching the kittens, that's on the regular Kitten Academy live stream. And if you want to adopt Bumble, that's on the Kitten Academy website. And if you don't want any of that, I don't know. Thanks for watching, I guess, and we'll see you next time. No, there was a big hiss. She was like, look, I don't want you in my face right now, Custard. I'm cleaning over here. And he walked away, and so she's fine. She wants you to chase her, buddy. Come on, Gusty, be good.